Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I say Liverpool, we there. Every game we there. From on field to everywhere. Premier League, we say. All the rest is the only way. For me, for you. We chat football, eh. We chat football, eh. Liverpool, we there. Oh, Premier League, we there.
All right, welcome to We Chat Football. Sorry about that. Welcome to We Chat Football. Welcome to Over the Top. This week we'll be talking about the match week 3 reactions for match week 3. We were going to look at the managers, some of the managers that was out of favor this match week. We're talking the likes of Nuno Espirito at Nottingham Forest and also Amorim at Manchester United. But we hop on the Amorim train a few weeks ago. Friday show, we hopped on the Amorim train. We were there talking about that for almost an hour. We were talking about the whole Amorim situation at Manchester United. But today, I want to touch on something. It's a transfer window has closed. Transfer window went radio silence yesterday, final day. A lot of panicking happening, a lot of people trying to get their last minute signing in, and for me, I was like, okay then, why do so many clubs wait until last minute to get their signing in, for to make it where the clubs are allowed for these deals to fall through. Case in point, we have the likes of Mark Guay was supposed to be coming on to Liverpool, like that was known. We were looking to bring Mark Guay in. Everything was looking good. Glasner at the end of the transfer was saying, nah, no. We're not gonna bring in. We're not gonna allow him to leave due to the fact that we can't find a replacement. Now, Liverpool is known that they wanted to go in for Mark Guehi for a very long time. Not just now, but a very long time. Liverpool has been linked with Mark Guehi. Liverpool is looking to bring Mark Guehi in, and I'm just thinking that we should have had everything ready for Mark Guehi from earlier. Make that bid earlier. Pay the money that Crystal Palace wanted at the time. But Liverpool waited till last minute trying to save 5 million off the deal. Just 5 million, because it was, from what it was quoted for from before, that's all that we were going to be saving off that deal. So I'm thinking, you know what? We're going to get this done. We're going to get this wrapped up. Cool. Most of the signing that Crystal Palace tried to get in failed. For some reason, they couldn't get a centre back over the line. Mark Guay isn't allowed to leave. Will Liverpool go back in for him in January? There's a high chance that Liverpool goes back for him in January. But what that also does is that leaves Liverpool one centre back short. Now, for all the stuff that they did throughout the window, getting Isak in on the last day is an amazing signing. Amazing. But while we were waiting for that Isak deal to come through, because we know for a fact that Isak deal is one of them where, yes, it was going to come through. No matter what, it was going to come through. He didn't want to play back for Newcastle anymore. Great. My thing is, get the Mark Guehi deal over the line. We had enough time to do it. We didn't do it for some reason, and I can't recall, wrap my head around why we choose last minute to try to get that done so quickly. So, who's to be blamed for that? Incompetence from both clubs, especially from Liverpool. Incompetence from Crystal Palace trying to find a replacement, because I don't think they did enough to find a replacement, and the incompetence of Liverpool for waiting this long. Put the money up. The money was the money that Crystal Palace wanted was always on the table. Like, they always said, this is the amount they wanted. This is the amount it will take to get Guehi out of Crystal Palace. Just put the money up. Get the player over the line. Player didn't come over. We didn't get the player. We keep it moving. Now, We just have to, as Liverpool fans, keep our fingers crossed that both Konate and Joe Gomez can stay fit until January, and then in January we go out and we find a player in that's gonna come in mid-season that's gonna be can adapt quickly to the back line, adapt quickly playing with Verge, and we can then turn around with that and said, you know what, let's push him out, let's get over the line and win this title because that is very important. And hopefully we're still in the other three competitions as well because I want to do more of a quad this season than anything. We spend the money for it, we should be able to do it. That's just what I'm thinking right here. Now, you look around the other league, there is a lot of new signings coming in. I think this is one of the most money spent throughout any transfer window in the Premier League, where Liverpool broke the transfer record twice this season for the Premier this season transfer this window, where we shattered the one at the start of the season and then shatter it again at the end of the season, and it's all in the attacking positions. Now, from all that money spent, from all that money Liverpool spent, Liverpool is expected to go on now and do a cleanup. Minimum 2 trophies, yes. One of them has to be one of the big ones, yes. My expectation, we need to clean up on our 5. However, we're still kind of short in one of the trophies. We're in, not one of the trophies, but we're short in a few areas on the pitch. We're short in the defensive midfield area, and we're short at centre back as well. And I do believe that out wide, we are short. Now we signed Isak, and now Ekitike can play out left wide, and a lot of people are saying like Frimpong can play further forward on the right, and he could be the replacement for Salah. But still, I believe that's still us being short in the window. And I think we leave ourselves a little bit too short after this transfer window, because we did a lot of business at the start of the window, bunch of business at the end of the window, but we could have addressed a lot of areas on the field during the middle of the window. So we started the window well, we end the window well, but in the middle, we could have brought in some more reinforcement across the team. Still, we have Chiesa. Chiesa is staying. Chiesa is a part of that attack going forward, so we'll see how the manager play Chiesa going forward. If he'll put him out wide, or he'll just try to keep him playing more of as an attacker or stuff. I am not sure where the manager himself see the player playing going forward, but we'll see on that. Now, the other thing that I saw over the weekend, and I'm like really trying to figure out why, is the reaction from, I would say, I lost an Arsenal fan on the result on the weekend against Liverpool. My thing is match week 3. If Liverpool had lost that game, I would be like, okay, then we would be 3 points behind Arsenal, and we have 35 match weeks to make up 3 points. That's it. A whole 35 match week to make up 3 more points on Arsenal if we had lost the game. Do I think Arsenal will be going through the season invincible and not losing any game? No. Do I think Liverpool will go through the season invincible and not losing any games? No, I don't think neither team is going to go through the season and not lose any games. So I don't see the reason why so many people are going over the top for this game and just losing their minds about it. This is not the game to actually lose their mind about. This is pretty much one of the games that you can just look at and be like, you know what? Went to Anfield. I know people look at it and be like, Liverpool defense have been shaky recently, but to be fair, the teams, like, we attack more on those teams. We were never going to go gung-ho attacking against Arsenal the way we did against the Newcastles and the Bournemouth. We're never ever going to be that attacking against Arsenal, because the respect for Arsenal is higher than the respect that we have for those teams. And we know how Arsenal would hurt us if we go gung-ho attacking. So it was always going to be a cage game at Anfield. It was always going to be delivered one on some form of individual brilliance. We worked on negating Arsenal corners, which is one of Arsenal's biggest strengths. That was it. We pretty much negate the corners. The other thing in this game as well is that Arsenal was missing top players. They're missing Saka. They're missing Odegaard from the start. And the new signing, which I didn't expect to start anyways, because you don't just throw him in one of the biggest games of the seasons where it could be curtains if you don't have players in their position tracking runners and all these kind of stuff. Because if Arsenal came out attacking Liverpool and Liverpool hit Arsenal on the counter, which we are extremely good at, it could be in curtains. So I think Arteta went into the game just like how we all view football for the last decade, is that when you go away to a title rival, you go away and try not to lose. You don't go away trying to win. You go away trying not to lose. And if you pick up a point away and win your game at home, that's you having an advantage over the your title rival. Every single title rival go in thinking this way. Now, Liverpool win this game, Arsenal will have to win their game at home, and that's it. That's just it. It's not rocket science. This is the way it has been. This is the way it has been between City and Liverpool when we're in title races. We would win the game at Anfield, City would win the game at the Etihad, and we figure it out throughout the season. Yes, we normally lose the games, the league to City by 1 point here, or by 2 points, or however else you want to look at it, but none of those games, none of those times that we lost the league to City on 1 or 2 points, the game came down to that game at the Etihad or that game at Anfield. All of them come down to different games throughout the season that we should have won that we didn't win. So I don't get why everybody's going over the top match week 3 over a result at Anfield that Arsenal has not won at Anfield in a very, very long time. Now we have the other nonsense coming out where they're saying that this was the best time to beat Liverpool at Anfield. How, when, where? How is this the best time to beat Liverpool at Anfield? Because why? We started 2 games and we conceded 4 goals. That's why it's the best time to beat Liverpool at Anfield? No, that's crazy. That cannot be the best time to beat Liverpool at Anfield due to the fact that we have a stronger team. The team hasn't gelled yet, but the team is stronger. The best time that Arsenal had to beat Liverpool at Anfield was a couple of seasons ago on the, I think it was Jurgen Klopp season, when coming up to the back end of the season, we had like a ton load of injuries going into that last game. And that was the best time for Arsenal to beat Liverpool at Anfield. This isn't it. Like, I don't think they think that Arne Slot was just going to show up, play non-stop attacking football against Arsenal, who has one of the best defense and is really good on the counter-attack as well, as good as Liverpool is on the counter-attack. Both teams are really good in transition. If we go out attacking, Arsenal hit us in transition, it's game over. So none of these managers are stupid to think that, okay, then we're just going to go attacking and go winning. I just think that there's a lot of people that in the spaces, for clicks, for views, whatever you want to call it, they go over the top a lot with their reaction. So they're trying to go to the extreme point where they're like, you know what? If I say we should have, and I put my thing out there that we're going to Anfield to win, and if I didn't think about what's at stake here, and then they go to Anfield and they didn't do what I want them to do, then I am going to overreact, because guess what? Everything is about me. Because I put my prediction out there that we're gonna go to Anfield and win, and then when my prediction put out there that we're not going to Anfield and win, then we're gonna be like, you know what? Arteta, you didn't do what I say you're supposed to do, which is go to Anfield and win. When history shows that Arsenal has not won at Anfield in so many years. And the best chances of winning at Anfield, it's not it wasn't Sunday. That was never the best chance of winning at Anfield. The best chance of winning at Anfield was when Liverpool had their worst squads, not when Liverpool just dropped 100 million on their midfield and strengthened in other areas on the pitch. It's not when Liverpool has a new manager and a new manager is starting to get his players and trying to win the league already and try to do a repeat of the league. That's not the best time that you think that you're going to go to Anfield and win at Anfield. The other set of people that's going over the top is a set of people who are saying the team isn't good enough already, so I don't expect them to win at Anfield. They go to Anfield, don't win, then they're going over the top. See, I told you, they're not good enough. Okay, but if you know they're not good enough, then what's over the top reaction? Just relax. It's match week 3. Even if Liverpool had lost this game to Arsenal, I would be like, okay, we didn't play good, we lost the game, or even if we played amazing and lose the game. Okay, we played amazing, we lost the game. No, we have 35 games to make up that 3 points. Okay, we dropped 3 points at Arsenal, let's try to make it up. So therefore, when Arsenal drop points, we win. When Arsenal win, we win. Arsenal draw, we win. And that's how you make up points throughout the season. The season doesn't define on one game. There is 38 games in that season. There is no way you can define a whole season on one game. And it's match week 3. I mean, I keep saying it. It's match week 3 because I don't understand where in the league a league has been lost in match week 3. Before, they used to say the title race doesn't start until after Christmas. That used to be the narrative. Oh, the title race doesn't start till after Christmas. Then it used to be the title race doesn't start till after 15 games, after 18 games, and we get to see where everybody is. Then every team, you know for a fact that the first 10 games of a season, teams are just coming out of preseason. They're trying to gel together. I get it. For the Arsenal fans, I get it. You guys are going how many years with a manager that hasn't won, that hasn't proven that they've won. So you expect them to go out there, show up, and show off. Get it. Trust me, I get it. That's what you expect. But you also have to have the expectation that you're going up against the defending champions at home. And with the defending champions at home, you're not going to get the same easy run as you get at Leeds. Manchester United gave you guys problem in the first game of the season. And again, you guys are coming out of preseason. The teams, including Liverpool, including City, including every team coming out of preseason, this is the time that they're going to drop the most points. It's within the first 5 to 10 games. That's when they're going to drop the most points because that's when the team is trying to. A lot of the new players that come into the team is trying to get adjusted to the league. A lot of the new players that's coming into the team is trying to also get adjusted to their teammates. They're coming out of preseason, so they're not fully fit. They're not fully mentally ready for the league. But after the 10 games go and you start seeing, or even close to the 10 games, some clip before the 10 games. But after like they start playing together a little bit more, you start seeing signings, and new signings starts coming in. You start seeing that they start adapting to the league. They start having more influences on the games. And then things start to click, and then you start seeing runs starting to happening. That is why the first couple of games for me in the season is just get it over the line. That's it. Just get over the line, get 3 points. How you play doesn't really matter. Just keep it ticking over. And if you get one of the big boys so early in the season, then you know what it's going to be. It's going to be a cagey game. It's going to look boring at times. But that's what's expected, because that's what it's expected when you play teams, big teams, this early in the season. And yes, this early in the season, you will have the lower teams getting at some of the big boys. Why? Because, again, as I said, they're still trying to work things out. So I cannot get behind the whole narrative that a lot of fans are pushing, that this is the end of the road for Arsenal. As me personally, before a ball was kicked this season, I said Arsenal would not kick on unless they make a few changes to their squad. The fact that they bring in Eze in that squad, somebody new, somebody different, somebody who will, and I'm gonna say it, somebody who will bring an X factor in that team that's gonna be different than the robotic football that Arteta likes to play. That will push Arsenal on, because he will win a lot of games for Arsenal. That before Arsenal would draw those games because team would just sit in on him. He's gonna bring that X factor into that team that the team didn't have. Not Gyökeres. I think they're all excited about Gyökeres, but I think Eze is the best signing for them this summer, because he's gonna bring something different. You look over to Liverpool, and then Liverpool just bring in Isak. Isak has no preseason whatsoever. Vert is still struggling to get up to the pace of the league, but again, it's match week 3. I expect all that to get changed by the time we hit match week 10, 11, 12. Then I will start to see the true verts. Right at this moment, let's just calm down. Let's stop going over the top every single week. I know, makes good views. I know, it makes great content going over the top. And people love it. But sometimes just reel it in a bit. We don't need to go to be fake outraged out of anything. And that's just it. That's just it for me personally. On the Liverpool Arsenal game. And again, there's the same thing. There was a big debate that we had over the on the Friday show again with the Ruben Amorim situation at Manchester United. Is it Amorim? Is it the board? Is it the players? Collectively, it's everybody. They beat Burnley. You would think that it was a cup final for them. A lot of people said the players went over the top in that celebration, but again, being in the dumps, being the stress of not winning, the stress of getting beaten by it was a non-league or League 2 team, one of them that got knocked out of the League Cup. You could see the relief on the players. You could actually see how relieved they are winning that game against Burnley over the weekend. Now, will that kick on Manchester United? No. Because I don't think the club itself did enough to support the manager over the window with his system. That's just it. I don't think the club buy the right set of players to fit the manager's system throughout the window. But again, it's Manchester United. Don't care. Hope they don't. Hope they keep Amorim. Hope they get relegated. But it's not going to happen. Right? Because they will find a way how to make it work. If that even mean that sack Amorim before the end of the season, that might be the case. But yeah, they won a game. Somebody said to you that Manchester United would be sitting above Manchester City. You'd laugh, but again, it's match week 3. A lot can change after the international break as well. This could be a kick-on for Manchester United that they go on and get some result in their next 2 to 3 games. They might not win everything, but they could pick up 2 wins and a draw in their next 3 games. Then things start looking good. Then the fans, again, who just went over the top, because we see the meltdown on social media. A lot of these fans that went over the top in that game is going to, after, if they pick up 7 points from their next 3, is going to go over the top the other way and saying that, oh, we're back. Let's go challenge for the league. Let's go challenge for top 4. And in a few weeks ago, they were saying, sack Amorim, get him out the club. Again, it's just a ton of reaction that's happening online right now where I think it doesn't pay to think logically while you're in these spaces. I think it pays to get clipped up. It pays to go over the top, to go overreactionary on every single thing. It's either you're on the extreme negative side of the fence or you're on the extreme positive side of the fence. There is nobody like really compose themselves, sit in the middle and just look at it and just look for things the way they are. Everybody's just like all over the place. And maybe I'm the one that's missing out. Maybe I should be going over the top. Maybe I should just be screaming after we beat Arsenal 1-0 in a game that I don't think Liverpool played extremely well, in a game that was defined by a brilliant, a little bit of magic, and said that, listen, we're going to go unbeaten for the rest of the season. Here it is. We're going to break the goal scoring record. We're going to be breaking the points record. We're going to be doing the quad. I still believe we're doing the quad, by the way. Just let you know. Yes. But just going crazy over the top after the first big team we play and we win. However, I look at it this way. There's a lot of improvement that still needs to be done with the new players that's coming into the squad. And with so much improvement that needs to be done, I think Arne Slot needs some time on the pitch with a lot of these players. And getting on the pitch with a lot of these players is good. So therefore, we can get the likes of Wirtz up to speed. We can get the likes of Kirkes up to speed, because again, Kirkes looks a bit disjointed. And to get Wirtz up to speed, we also have to get that new midfield 3 to work together. Because again, Grav and McAllister knows how to work together because they have been there doing it for a couple of seasons now. The fact that they need to learn how to play with Verts, that's a different thing, and that will come throughout the course of the season because they're used to Sabasai in front of them. But I don't know how we go from here. Do the coach pull Verts a bit from the team? But again, if you pull him from the team, then it doesn't allow the other players to get used to that playing with him. Will Verts come good? Yes, he'll come good. But he's picking up the right spaces. He is a lot of the time in the right areas to collect the ball. It's just that the ball doesn't get to him when it needs to get to him. And that's just it. A lot of the passing that I see so far this season from Liverpool has just been off. It's just been completely off all over the place. That needs to be fixed. And again, as I said, match week 3. Do I expect us to play like this for the rest of the 35 games left in the season? No. Has to be improvement because we have to go in week on week improving. So yes, I do not expect us to play like this constantly going in for the rest of the season, and I do expect improvement. So yeah, that's what I think about the weekend so far, and that's what I think about everybody going over the top. So another one, match week 3. We're going into an international break right now, and you know how it's gonna go. It's gonna go crazy. There is gonna be more viral moments over the top, and while the fans are going over the top, I'll just be here to discuss it and see, is it worth going over the top for? So yeah, we will continue this series. Actually enjoy the series, to be fair. And again, people, if you're watching, you can always drop a comment, you can always drop a like on the video, and if you're new to the channel of watching this on a repeat or watching this from a short, you can drop a subscription on the video. Yes, we're trying to get to 250 subs, so you can do that for me, please. All right, peace. Catch you on the other one.